I graduated from an Ivy Law school. It was caught in the pandemic, which knocked me out, and decided to try to get bargain in Washington. Advice. I say this kind of every week. You have to remember that no matter how you get your start, it doesn't matter if you didn't pass the bar right away. It doesn't matter where you went to law school. It doesn't matter if you start out in contract work. None of this stuff matters. It's all just stuff that happens. People have rough starts or don't have the best starts, and then they go on to do great things. I've been watching the show the past week or two about boxers, and most boxers start out in the most awful conditions and they rise out of them. And so the same thing goes for attorneys. Not all attorneys have the best starts. And frankly, some of the wealthiest attorneys in the world probably didn't have the best starts either. The point is, regardless of how you start, you have to remember a legal career. If you graduate from law school at 25, most attorneys these days can practice into their 80s. Even the president of the country can practice into their 80s, which is a very stressful job. You're talking about 50 plus years of a career. If you didn't get a great start, no matter where you went to law school, no matter if there was a pandemic or whatever, you need to do the best you possibly can. And yeah, so that would be my advice, is to make sure that you do the best you possibly can and just make sure you take the bar in one state. Depending, it doesn't matter where you went to law school, whatever state you can take it in, you should. And then in addition to taking the bar, I would just start applying to as many jobs as you can. And just the thing is, the talent, like the cream, you have to remember, one of the things that everyone should also remember in this call is that talent always rises. So if you do the best you possibly can and you work the hardest you can, you're always going to do well. I've hired people before, when they walked in the door, they could scarcely speak English. They were literally fresh off the plane from different countries, but they convinced me that they really wanted the job and they'd worked really hard and so forth. And I hired them. Some of those people that I'm just thinking of one person in particular right now are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year when they started out at practically minimum wage because they just were so freaking dedicated and into working and doing their job and stuff. So it's like that with anything. If you commit to it, you'll do well.